Another kiting video to the list. I know I've been anti-kiting, man, for the past year. Like, haha, you know, kite, right? But when I read the death log, like, I've seen like both sides of the coin. You know, you got the people who are really happy about kiting being gone, right? But then you got a really big majority of people who like lose their shit because of kiting, apparently. You got trolls, right? But you got people who like actually genuinely think that these people actually want you to kite. So I wanna tackle like this problem like one by one, you know. And the first thing I wanna talk about is like this game isn't designed around kiting at all, like nowhere. And you can just prove this by looking at the tools. You got auto sentry to stagger, you got burst sentry as an in between, you got sniper sentry for killing everything, you got mines to kill, seafoam to stall the doors and fortify your alarm room, and you got bio tracker, which helps you see in the dark in foggy areas, so you can shoot in those areas because they're usually dangerous. It's not there for you to kite. Bio tracker is not to kite. It helps you see, but it's supposed to help you and your team see so you can kill. It's not there for you to kite. But Dragon, what about the levels? I was watching my favorite streamer play R41 Extreme and he/she said that this level is supposed to be kiteable all the way because holding is impossible. So you are telling me that in this reactor that has one entrance in which all the enemies from the reactor comes is impossible to hold? With sniper sentry and the hell revolver? You could argue and say you cannot first try it with hold. Brother, you're on an E level, and if you play Gtfo at any point in time, you obviously know that Gtfo is about trial and error. That's why strats gets fine tunings throughout the rundowns. Personally, it took me like 4 tries to beat extreme while my friend learned the back of the reactor, and same thing happened with me learning the back when I went back there. That's why when you see footage of me holding, I'm using the revolver to save ammo. All the pressure that you're supposed to feel in that reactor from emptying your resources over that 30-minute period is completely gone when you choose either circle kite the reactor or hammer everything, which is honestly the most boring way of playing that reactor, because nothing of what you're supposed to be feeling is there. So this is a part where some old head shotgun sentry veteran shows up and tells me, you better talk about our 2E1 or else I'm gonna shoot you in the dick, Dragon. So guess what? Let's go back in memory lane, baby. So if you look R21 first room, you'll notice that there's a lack of 2 rooms away rule. It's more like half a room away rule, because that shit's literally in front of you. It's like 10 meters in front of you when you go down that pit. And so what happened is that it's just easier to kite there, because this room is supposed to be a resource check. You're supposed to use everything so that in the next room you scrape by using the 2 uses that you find in that place, fight the blood door, and then you get with the 4 use ammo, you know, the health and stuff in there. So that's the progression of how it's supposed to be. It sucked at the beginning, then it kinda gets better resource wise, but you know, it was just easier to kite than to shoot the entire thing. Zone 595 is another funny one, because if the big door breaks, you're kind of fucked unless you maintain pressure on the surge wave while you're holding the scan. You will have to kite for a bit if you cannot do that. And I'm just assuming here that the devs wanted you to die if you fuck up once. Because I don't really think they actually said, okay, pull alarm, run away, come back. Pull alarm, you know, run away, come back. I don't think that's what they wanted you to do at all. Overall, 10 Chambers have stick to their formula since the beginning. Yes, they have done some really bad decisions when it comes to some of the map designs and rooms and stuff, but it's just that us as a community, we found an easier way to deal with things, and that was just guiding. And this is the reason why I named the video the way it is, because, you know, a large portion of the community have been running away from it for quite a bit, because we just look at kiting, right, and say, that's just easy, let's just call it a skill, right, and pretend that everything's fine, you know. Why bother, you know, how to set up, Why bother trusting your teammates? Why bother, learn to communicate with them? And, when you can just save the medpack and kite, right? Thankfully, R5 toned it down quite a bit, and it's nice, but you still see you know, new people. The new people experience is kind of whack in a way because the majority of people just go B hop everywhere, and they try to, the carry quotation mark goes in there, kills everything. It just sets up everything for the new person. He doesn't even know why. And then when they die, they're like, oh, I saved the 5 use med pack, I'm gonna go kite, right? And the new person doesn't learn anything, doesn't know what is going on, and it's just a horrible experience at all. There's this meme about ego boosting, right? And kiting is that, to be honest. Like, R41, you can see people say, oh, I need a carry, right? And then you see fucking whoever just circle carrying a reactor like for 30 minutes. Oh yeah, we got you. Like, the guy doesn't even know what's going on. They just tell them at the end, oh, there was a 4-mom room, and that's it. Like, is this really what Gtfo is supposed to be? I don't think so. Stamina. A fix for a big problem that we don't even know how it looks, and we are really bitching about it. Hammers are pretty broken right now. Not only do you have infinite hammer stamina, but sprinting too. And as long as you run in a semicircle or in some weird pattern, you can infinitely kite and hammer all the enemies. And when I mean all of them. Well, except big charges. Big charges will whoop you at. For the majority of the enemies, this is actually pretty asinine if you ask me. Also, the fact that there's no enemy collision between players and enemies makes this problem bigger than it is, because you can just run through everything without having any penalty for it. Now, even though I don't know how stamina will play, I can only speculate just like everybody. I did see some Twitch streams in which they're saying like they're trying to squash hammer kiting, which is good. It's the most broken part of the whole thing, and I don't think they're gonna fuck it up because they know melee is probably the most finicky part to deal with in the game. But I do wish they find a good balance to keep those beautiful moments in which you and your team are clearing a room in stealth. Those rooms are packed, or chain staggering giants, which is probably the best part, where teamwork actually comes into play and melee actually works like it should. I am rather hopeful about the future of the game. The fact that this is getting fixed is a good sign, and I'm really happy, because this will change mostly the outside perspective of what this game's supposed to be. Like, when people look at solos or speedruns and stuff like that. And now the only thing we gotta do is just wait and see. The only thing I would add is that if you're new and you're watching this, you should learn like your guns and your sentry placement, what tools do and stuff, so you'll have an easier time in R6, because it's not gonna be the same as it is right now. I'm 100% sure of it. So what's the point of this video? Mostly to say that we always take the easy way, and kiting is a handicap that hurts the game and it hurts the new player experience when it comes to teaching them what this game's supposed to be about. And the stamina is a good thing that we all should be looking forward to. Thank you for watching.